Hi there. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to something that is going to completely change your approach to content creation, and that is Rankenstein V8 Pro Research. Rankenstein V8 Pro Research is an AI SEO content engine that is designed to create articles that rank #1 in Google and get cited in AI search engines such as ChatGPT. I'm going to give you a full demo exactly as to how Rankenstein V8 works. However, before I get into that, if you don't know me, my name's Luke and I own an AI agency called Catalina AI. And if you're interested in working with us to build an AI SEO growth engine for your own business, you can click the link in the description and book a call. And if you want the end-to-end template for Rankenstein V8.2 Pro Research, I have a school community with my business partner, Daniel Agrici. It's called the AI Marketing Hub Pro. It's a brand new community, and we are going to be releasing incredible workflows into this community that deliver incredible amounts of value. So if you want the end-to-end template to this workflow, I would love to see you in the community. Now, with that said, let's get into a demo. So I'm running Rankenstein V8.2 Pro Research here, but I'm going to come over into this other workflow that I've opened up in N8N, which is not running, to just give you an example as to how we submit the workflow. To initiate Rankenstein V8 Pro Research, you first need to set your API credentials. So throughout this workflow, we are using Perplexity and Tavily. Perplexity to do deep research, this is Perplexity, and Tavily to extract data from certain web pages and also to do some research as well. So it's very easy. You just need to go over to Perplexity and Tavily, log in, create an account, and set up your API keys. I've also left some documentation here that you can follow to set up your API keys. And you just set them in here. Then you need to set your client data. Okay, so in here, if we open this up, I really love running. So I'm going to create an article in this demo for Nike. Okay, so the brand name in this case is going to be Nike. The website URL is nike.com. Then we can set the brand voice and tone. So for example, here we have Nike speaks with bold confidence, pushing the energetic sense that anyone who strives is already an athlete. Okay, so I just got this using ChatGPT. Then we have some EEAT highlights. Guys, if you don't know what EEAT is, it is experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. And this is Google's new framework for identifying helpful content. So we absolutely need to ensure that our articles are EEAT rich. Okay, so I have inserted some EEAT signals about Nike here, which I also used ChatGPT to create. And then that is pretty much it. We can also set our drive folder here. So we're going to post our articles when they're finished at the end of this workflow to a Google Drive, and they're going to be inside a Google Doc. So you just need to provide the folder ID of the folder that you want to post to inside your Google Drive. Then you just need to come to this submit form node and click execute workflow. Okay, this will open up a submission form. Here we can set our campaign goal. So for example, increase brand awareness, drive website traffic, generate leads, improve SEO. I'm going to click improve SEO for this example. And then our main content topic. So for our content topic for this use case, I am going to say how to run a marathon in under 3 hours, which we all know is an incredibly difficult feat. Then we can select our content format. So this is going to be a how-to guide. The seed keyword here. So we can say sub 3 hour marathon, for example. But if you have already done your keyword research, for example, and there's a particular keyword that you want to try and rank for, you can insert it here as your seed keyword and we will create content around that particular topic. Then you set your word count. So for example, 2,500 words. The target audience knowledge level, I'm going to say beginner. Internal pages to link to. So guys, I've been looking at the Nike store over here. There is a shoe called the Nike Vaporfly, and I know this is a good shoe for running and to run a marathon in. So you can come over here. I lost the submission form. So you insert your link here and then you insert your email here, because at the end of this workflow, we're going to send ourselves an email with the Word doc of the article that we've been creating. Okay, and then we click submit, and that initiates our workflow for Rankenstein. The first thing that's going to happen is it's going to flow through here, and we're going to extract the internal link for the particular web page, which in this case is the Nike Vaporfly. We're going to extract all that data, and we're going to use that as reference later on in the workflow when we're creating our article with the outline architect here. Okay, next we have the master research and synthesis agent. And this guy is a master researcher, guys. He has access to simple search, pro search, URL search, and keyword deep research. Here in the keyword deep research tool, we are using the Sonar deep research model, which takes quite a while to run, guys, but the research that it returns is absolutely incredible. Okay, and then we have URL search, which is Tavily, that we're using to extract data from particular websites. Then we have pro research or pro search. Here we have the Sonar Pro model that we're using, and here we have the simple search using the basic Sonar model from Perplexity, okay, to do more research as well. So then if we open up the system prompt here, we have a really nice system prompt. So if you open up the user prompt, we're just passing the campaign goal, the main content topic, the content format, the seed keywords, and the client data, okay? And then in the system prompt, we have a very cool system prompt. Step 1, we have our role here. You are an expert research analyst. System operating in an end-to-end automation workflow. And then we have the primary directive. And then here we have the research execution plan, which is what I want to show you. It's a 3-step research execution plan, and we're telling our AI agent exactly how to execute his research process. Step 1 is to extract the primary keyword from the main content topic plus the seed keywords, and use the keyword deep research tool to implement deep research on that particular keyword. We're then going to use step 2 to use the simple search and pro search tools, and we are going to use simple search for broad insights, pro search for deep insights, and we're going to create a comprehensive market understanding using these 2 tools about the particular topic that we want to create an article on. And then we are doing a competitor analysis, and we're going to use simple search again, and then URL search, which is Tavily, which allows us to extract the website data for the particular competitors that are ranking for the keywords that we want to rank for. And we're going to find 5 competitor URLs, extract the data for those competitors, and that will form our competitive intelligence. That is the master synthesis and research agent, and I am just going to pop over to this other workflow that I had running previously. And I'm going to stop this workflow because there's no need for me to be running 2 workflows at the same time. But if I come over here, I can show you the output of the master research and synthesis agent. For example, we have incredible research here, guys. This is the best research I've seen, and that is why we're calling it Pro Research, and that is why it's only going to be available in the AI Marketing Hub Pro community, okay? But it's really incredible research here. So we have our primary keyword, how to run a marathon in under 3 hours. We have our related terms. We have our user questions. If you go and you take this how to run a marathon in under 3 hours, okay, and you go to Perplexity and you ask this question, it's going to generate you an answer, and then at the end there's going to be related user questions. So let's wait one moment. Okay, so the answer just finished generating, and if we come to the bottom here, we have related user questions. So build a 16-week sub-marathon training plan tailored to my current weekly mileage. What key workouts should I do each week to hit 4.15 kilometer pace, which is the pace for a 3-hour marathon? And guys, these are the questions that other people are asking into Perplexity and AI search engines like ChatGPT as well. And if you want to rank in AI search engines, these are the questions that you need to answer. Okay, so we're going to do that with Rankenstein. So you have your user questions, you have your research summary by angle. So for example, the research angle here is training methodologies. We have a synthesized summary. We have key entities mentioned, like for example, zone 2 training, VO2 max, lactate threshold, key pain points addressed. So these are the pain points of people trying to run a marathon, and we can address these pain points in our article, like overtraining, hitting the wall, pacing issues. Key solutions are benefits, structured training programs, proper pacing. So we have the pain, and then we have the solution that we can introduce in our article. Prominent questions raised, notable statistics or data. Guys, look at the statistics here. A sub 3-hour marathon requires an average pace of 6.51 miles, or no, you gotta be kidding me. Sorry guys, it started raining outside and it was making a lot of noise, so I needed to move. But anyway, here we have the notable statistics or data. So for example, a sub 3-hour marathon requires an average pace of 6.51 per mile or 4.15 per kilometer. Most sub 3-hour marathon training plans are 16 to 20 weeks long. Peak weekly mileage for a sub 3-hour marathon is typically between 50 to 70 miles. Runners should aim for 75 to 90 grams of carbohydrates per hour during the race. So guys, the research, as I think you can see, is incredible. Guys, we have the pains, we have the solutions, we have the data, and we can reference all of this to create our master article, okay? So then we have the search everywhere keyword and content strategist, and he's going to take into account all the research that's being done by our master research and synthesis agent, and he is going to synthesize a keyword strategy from our article, okay? So he's receiving the input data. He is, by the way, an elite search everywhere optimization content strategist, okay? He is going to thoroughly examine the provided research data, and from his analysis, generate the master keyword clusters. Each keyword must have its search intent and strategic rationale explaining why it was chosen based on the search data, okay? So he's going to determine the full list, let's say, of keywords that are going to be used and form the basis of our article. Then we have the deep dive keyword analyst, okay? And this guy is going to do a deep dive analysis on the keywords that our search everywhere keyword and content strategy synthesizer has deemed to be the keywords that we're going to use. And then we have our deep dive keyword analyst guys. And this guy is going to take our primary keyword, which in this case is how to run a marathon in under 3 hours. And he is going to do a deep dive analysis on that keyword, okay? So come in here to the system prompt. We have the role, we have the context, we have the critical rule, and we have the mission plan. So the mission plan is to execute research. Call your single tool deep keyword research with a clean query based on the C keyword, okay? Analyze and filter, conduct detailed analysis. We're also going to calculate the opportunity score. So the opportunity score is the most important field, calculated from a scale on 1 to 10, where 10 is the best possible opportunity. And yeah, so you get the point. We're going to calculate how good of an opportunity this keyword is to focus on in our article. Okay, moving on. We're going to get all that research data together. We're going to pass it to our topic insights and core angles synthesizer. He is going to deeply analyze all of that incredible research, and he has an execution plan. And what he's going to do is going to create a strategic direction for our article, for our upcoming article. And that is going to include the overarching article topic, the critical themes to cover, the core article angle unique value proposition, the primary target audience persona, the top user pain points to solve. So we're going to identify the top user pain points to solve, and we're going to address them in our article. The most sought after solutions, we're going to address them with the most sought after solutions. And then the key EEAT opportunities, and we also already outlined how important EEAT is, okay? So he has outlined his output here. So the overarching article topic here is a comprehensive holistic guide to training for successfully running a sub 3 hour marathon. Then we have the competitor identification agent, who has access to simple search and pro search. And he's going to go out and find the top 3 to 5 competitors that are currently ranking for the keywords that we want to rank for. He also has access to URL search, which is Tavily extract, to be able to extract the data from the pages of our competitors, deeply analyze their content and understand their strengths, their weaknesses, and essentially how we can outrank our competitors, okay? Then we have the authoritative resource and link finding agent, who's going to go out and find highly authoritative and trustworthy sources that we can reference in our article to bolster our EEAT. And then we're going to pass all of this information into a get all data node. So we're going to gather all of the information, the master research, the search everywhere keyword content strategy, the deep dive keyword analyst output, the topic insights and core angle synthesizer output, the competitor identification agents output, the authoritative resource and link finding agents output, and our campaign input and our client data. We're going to aggregate it all together, guys, and we're going to pass it to our outline architect, who's going to create the outline of our master article. The outline architect, as well as receiving the article brief with all of that aggregated data, he's going to receive the internal link. So if we come over here, we open this up, he's going to receive the internal link. So let's open this up. Let's scroll up a bit. Okay, here we can see this is all of the HTML data for the Nike Vaporfly product URL that we inputted. So we inputted the product URL for the Nike Vaporfly shoe that we want to reference inside our article. And then here we have all of that website data, free delivery and return. There's our Nike Vaporfly. We have all of that website data about that shoe, so we can reference the shoe in our article, okay? So guys, I'm getting excited about this article. Then we have the final article generation. So this guy is going to use Gemini 2.5 Pro to take all of that research data, our article outline, and weave the perfect article. Okay. Then we're going to pass the article to the HTML formatting agent. It's been finished. I'm excited to see it. So the HTML formatting agent is going to format the article in perfect HTML so that we can post it to a website like WordPress or Shopify or whichever website you choose. Then we're going to create our article, put it into a Google Doc. We're also going to create a research document, put it into Google Doc. We're also going to deliver both of those to us in HTML, so it's ready to be posted on a website. We're going to prepare ourselves an email, and then we're going to send the email. So let's go over to our email and check it out. Okay guys, so I just received this email. Hey Luke, the content's all set. It's ready for your review. Check it out. Best Rankenstein. Okay, so let's check out our article. Here we go. The sub 3 hour marathon blueprint. Your Nike performance system. Okay, so here we go. We have our table of contents. So we have an intro, table of contents, executive summary, proper introduction, a heading. Guys, look at this article. So here we have a external reference to a verified source, Boston Marathon training plans. That's a very nice external reference. Let's keep going. The guide to eating and drinking on the run. Okay, that's another reference from the Corey Stringer Institute, University of Connecticut. Very nice external reference as well. Mental preparation techniques. Okay, that's a research paper. Amazing. And here we go, guys. Best running shoes for sub 3 hour marathon. Choosing the best running shoes for the sub 3 hour marathon is about leveraging its cutting edge science. Learn more about the innovation behind our racing shoes here. And this is the Nike Vaporfly, okay? And look at that, guys. That's our internal link to the Nike Vaporfly. Amazing. And then at the end here, we have our FAQ, and we're answering the questions that people are asking into AI search engines. So, is a sub 3 hour marathon for women over 40 achievable? There's your answer. How important is strength training for a sub 3 hour marathon? And guys, look at all these FAQs, like it's incredible. All right, guys, that is Rankenstein V8 Pro Research. It is an incredible automation. If you want access to Rankenstein V8 Pro Research, make sure to head over to the AI Marketing Hub Pro community. It will be available there for all of our Pro members. And additionally, if you're interested in getting an AI SEO growth engine built for your own business, you can click the link in the description below to work with my agency. All right, so that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.